We
We just heard the we
Yeah,
just
we
heard the
just- we
hunting horn,
literally-
didn't we?
oh,
No.
Also, like, we found out that Ryan's character sucks at, hitting on girls, even though he is a girl. So, also, Alpha is so super beta because he can't fucking handle the crowds. You know, that entire situation that he made worse. Yeah.
And his sister has to do everything for him. Like that's just come on. What
Well,
are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
it happens.
Complete beta. And yeah, we had me and Andy, I think actually Ryan went to the pub after we left, but yeah, and then we all rejoined back together. No one really knew what happened.
What happens to Flinick? That's what I want to know.
What does happen to Flinick?
Just
I mean, it's
drooling
your
on himself
choice,
a
but
little
I
bit.
love the idea of like because we
slumped
didn't really
over.
see what he did. Like I like the idea of like what he got, and Matt's thing was the first of his undead army, and he goes off to, and he just
Yeah, that's
leaves.
cool.
us.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
Let's see. I mean, it doesn't have to be any part of main story at all. Obviously,
It's just a
Comes in the
concurrent
middle of
storyline.
He just appears
he
in the
just
middle of one of our quests. I am
he's,
returned.
he's like red. He's like red as Tash.
I'm sure we'll hear about him again. Yeah, let's just say he, in the mess that when what's his Charles and Chadsworth got back, the Duke, he just kind of when you guys end up because the Duke is bringing you back to the castle and shit, right?
For a manor, yeah, and we're gonna discuss it.
He just
Yeah,
slips
and he
away.
just slips away. I'll leave it at that.
Sounds good. All the conflict and strife is gonna be gone from the party now, though.
You gotta up your mic a little. You're a little quiet.
I mean, you're still a dick.
I know, we still have you to deal with. We still have you to silence.
Silence, knave.
Dirty, stinky elf.
Where'd your little buddy go?
Yeah, right. We eventually noticed, like, oh, where the fuck did he go?
Where we? What was the exact ending? Fuck, I didn't get to that part, and I only got like halfway through the fucking. So we heard the hunting horn. He came in. What was our conversation like with him?
That's it. That's it. Ended.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't
it.
even. Did
No,
we
you
start
had
our
you had a short
with him?
conversation with him.
Yeah.
Oh, we
We
did.
had a very short, because he welcomed his son
Oh,
back.
that's
He was
right.
asking why his son came back early.
Oh,
That's
that's
right,
right.
that's right.
I do remember that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had a very short conversation with him.
Yep, and they said
Yeah.
he would meet you in the retaining hall.
Yeah, and that's when we stopped, because we explained the situation of the academy field.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
And he thanked you for keeping, it on wraps in the town.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No problem, Dad.
Antoinette rolls her eyes.
I give her a nice wink.
Oh, nothing's
sister,
changed
man.
then, huh?
Calm down.
Nothing's changed.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you guys are, you're in the retaining hall. It's just you guys, the hunting party. His regular retainer of guards. He
You an
goes
echo
ahead-
from you for some reason?
Yeah, is from me.
No, it's from
Oh,
David.
Daniel's.
Oh, hold on, let me check. What's going on there? I just changed it then. That's probably causing
Test. Still an echo.
it again.
Test.
Yep.
Test. No echo.
Dust.
Okay. So, yep. Regal Duke Chadsworth is sitting up on his throne in the retaining room. It's a nice little homely, hall. Matt, what are your guys' colors again?
You went homey, not
Um,
homely.
No, I meant homely.
Colors are gonna
Homely.
be. Ooh, colors are gonna be purple and gold. Purple for like the color of the wine.
Yep, and gold
like
for
it.
the
Gold
field,
for the-
the fields of grain.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Or the fat stacks that we make.
I was about to say
Well,
mine.
gold in this universe is actually purple. Or not purple. You already picked that color. It's green.
Is
Yeah.
it, or is that?
No,
is
no,
that...
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm like, is that official or not?
Um,
If we drop coins, we'll never find him again.
all right, so it's all settled up. And then the Duke says, "So, Charles." Okay, I got that echo again. So, Charles,
I don't know what's going on.
why are you not at school with all of your friends?
Charles, who's Charles?
Or-
He's Charles.
Alpha. Sorry, I just had a stroke.
Father, our school was attacked.
You did say this, but elaborate, please.
Well, we were finishing up our capstone project when I noticed something was awry in our little bubble that we were in.
Oh, yes, did you guys... I assume you did the same capstone as me, taking care of the little goblin problem.
Exactly.
Quite.
But I don't know, something I heard something, I guess, outside of the bubble. I was able to hear stuff and hear shaking and feel shaking. And once we got out, the whole place was on fire. Everything was in ruins. And what's his name? Farnsworth?
Yeah, Professor Farnsworth.
Farnsworth told us that Belugan had taken the gem.
As soon as you say Belugan, his brow furrows, and he leans back in his throne. And and are you the only survivors? Why have I not heard of this more recently?
Yes, we are the only survivors.
As far
Us
as
and
we know.
Tavi right here.
As far as we
How
know.
how long ago did this happen?
Oh, just a day or few. How many days did it take us to get there?
It's been like a week traveling, I think.
Has it? Okay.
It's
I
been a
don't
week.
know.
It's been like
Yeah.
3 days. You had 3 nights.
I think it was 3
Yeah.
nights.
About
There you
three.
go. So this is
3
the fourth
days ago.
day.
4 days ago. And we were attacked on the way out by some weird ghosts. Was it something?
Floating fire.
The only
Floating.
thing we saw was floating cloaks. We couldn't see any type
Yes.
of being inside of them.
Matt, what's the name of your father's advisor?
Fucking Morty.
Chancellor Morty.
He did it.
Chancellor Morty. This guy is. So you've known your dad's advisor. He's a pretty good guy. I mean, he's never steered you wrong. He's not like most advisors of lore where they're sniveling and scheming. He just seems like a generally good, knowledgeable dude that has known your father and your guys' whole life. He's very old. But as you explain this to the Duke kind of leans to the side, whispers something into Chancellor Morty's ear, and the Chancellor's off. She scurries away as fast as he can in his old age. This is very concerning because we have not seen any sort of orc warband traveling through our gates or our valley here.
Have you
Yes,
heard of
very
any? I'm gonna intervene. Have you heard of any other attacks? I know there's certain things you can't share with the general people, but we've experienced it. Is this the first you've heard?
Who are you? Sorry for. Who might you be?
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm Philo. I was a student with Alpha.
Nice
I was
to meet
in
you.
the capstone with him.
So there has been some general unrest we've noticed from the north in the mountains, but that has just been cave trolls primarily, and we just expected there was a particularly intense breeding season, is what we wrote it off to. But I mean, at this point, if what you guys say is true, at this point we're not going to write anything off as coincidences.
Mm-hmm. So, What should be our next step here then?
Have you guys learned anything since then, or is this?
Oh well, we did. We learned about a. What was it? A prophecy here, Tavi?
door.
Can you tell my father about
He
this?
the Duke looks at Arun. He says, "Excuse me."
Apparently, Philo and Tabby have been talking about this door that seals away some sort of light that gets opened in the future at some point, I guess, and is empty.
At
There's
this point,
nothing
he just
there.
puts his hand up, and he looks around at his guards and he says, "If you'll excuse us, could you please leave us? We need to speak in private." And the guards all march out.
You guys have heard about my vision, right? As soon as the guards leave and clear the room, I'm gonna kneel before him and tell him about my vision.
Well, as soon as you start kneeling, he says, "Wait, not here." And he actually walks over. It opens up a door to the side and ushers you guys in. Alpha, you know this to be your father's personal study.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in here a few times. But the walls are covered with books here, but just a whole lot more ritzy than in the rest of the general library in the mansion. They look a lot older. And as you guys enter here, you see there's just this nice mahogany desk. Or wait, what's the name of the wood that you have?
Oh.
The what?
What's the name of the wood you came up with? 'Cause
Not my.
No, sandalwood, right?
Nope.
No,
not
Matt, you made it up.
sandalwood.
You made up some wood.
No, I
No,
didn't make
no,
it
that
up.
was
It is a
Ryan.
real wood.
Yeah,
I
what
have
is
to
it?
Find where did I write that?
Oh, dude.
He's got a desk of that, made of
Can
that
I-
with
yeah,
matching
yeah,
with a
yeah.
matching
Oh,
chair with a really nice purple plush cushion on it,
Ooh,
with this rich gold threading.
that's regal right there.
It is. It's kingly almost. He beckons you into there. He has a few oil lamps around, but you see all of these books seem to be extremely old, and roll. Nah, I won't make you roll perception
Ebony.
for this. Yeah, ebony wood.
Ooh, nice.
Nice dark ebony wood desk chair. You actually see most of the bookcases are made out of this.
Some bookcases too. You some rich ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Right.
So in here, you actually notice a few of the books. Some of the script looks similar to the book that Tavi had, like on the cover and the spine of that. And there is also a mural in this room, on the wall.
Ooh.
As I'm walking in, I noticed I'm just like my character is casually noticing our family's insignias on the wood.
But it is your family's insignia, but it's
It's like in like a little corner.
A
It's not
much-
like a noticeable thing.
it's not like the modern one.
Mm.
It's a much older version.
Okay, so I would know that. But yeah.
Yeah, you would be like, it looks very similar, but it's not quite right. You can't place your finger on what.
So I'm honestly admiring it a little bit more.
Yeah. So he lets you guys all in, and then he closes the door behind him, and he actually deadbolts the top. And when he deadbolts the top, you guys have this weird like sucking feeling in your ears, like your like your ears are popping or whatnot.
Interesting.
When he deadbolts the door, and then he says, "Good. Now we can speak frankly without any dropping of eaves." Philo, you said. Go ahead and tell me now what you were about to spill out there before.
Yes, it was after the event at the school. I had a dream one of the nights while we were traveling here. It was a hooded figure standing in front of a large door, and he had a key made up of these circular pieces. And when he opened the door, just dark light, it's hard to explain. A darkness just enveloped everything, and as soon as my whole vision went dark, I woke up. But the door that I saw had the perfect key markings to fit fit what he had.
So
And-
you,
And then I
Matt.
saw the same thing in Tobin. What the fuck is this?
Toby.
I'm
Tabby,
never gonna
Tabby,
remember.
Tabby.
Tabby. And this is it. This is it in Tabby's book. Show him, Tabby.
Tabby's already got the page bookmarked, and he shows. He's like, "Whoop, here you go. Well, here you go, sir, my lord." Matt, you could tell that as Philo's been like telling this, your father's a little. He's a very sure man. You've always noticed that he's very like sure, like a a trunk of a tree. He's very there,
Yeah.
very liable. This he looks a little concerned.
Oh boy.
Um,
What's wrong, Father?
Well, now are you four familiar with the tale of the Golden War? I know.
I think
We've heard.
Tavi read a little bit about that to us.
Well, I mean, it was like it's like a common, like nursery or like kid story, I guess. It's like
Yeah, we
what's
talked
it
about
about?
it
Character be familiar
before.
with it, just I'm not.
We've heard small details in the children's stories, but is it more? Is it more than that?
So let me give you a refresher on history. This was back before we lived in a land of peace. The Golden War is what spurned the end of the Golden War is really what started the beginning of the Great Peace. This was over 2,000 years ago. A war stretched across our continent, our great continent of Hilgarth, but it wasn't called Hilgarth back then. The great god Pelor, he gives a little blessing. They left a golden power strewn across the land, and as the story went, whoever gained all the pieces of the golden power could have any wish the heart desired. So as you can imagine, anybody who could fund and foot an army was out there trying to gain said power. This war stretched out for over 50 years. And he turns and looks at you, Arun. Until the six whom sealed took that power away, took it from this world. You did mention something about Tavi, you said. You mentioned something about the six. Well, this is the six that they were talking about. One prominent person of power from each of the factions vying for the golden power. They formed a secret pact.
You said 6 from sealed.
The six whom sealed.
Fields.
6 from sealed. Okay.
That name is quite lost to history now. But they each formed a secret alliance from each of the powers that were vying. And they used ancient blood rites to seal the golden power from this realm. And once that happened, well, there was no real need for anyone to fight anymore. But that, I wish that I could say that was the end of the struggles. Even though it was sealed from this realm, its power still beckoned across the world, across the thin veil of our realms. Their descendants, you brought up the mention of the door. Well, a door was created and a key was forged. And that is what managed to seal the great call of the power away. And that was quite a long time ago, and that's what we have to owe most of this age of peace to. But it seems that the age of peace might be on a precipice. He goes and he walks in front of
The door and the key would have been created by the 6 whom sealed.
This was hundreds of years later. Unfortunately, the 6 whom sealed were all dead at that point. We don't know who forged the key or the door. History is unclear to them. He's staring at this this big mural actually in front of him right now. And you actually see there's this script in a language you can't quite read, like underneath of the mural. Does anybody else that you know of this what happened at Hilgarth Academy?
Are we gonna talk about him?
I look around and I'm like, oh wait, where's Flynn? Yeah, all of us, and then Flynnick's not there. Well, unfortunately, I don't know where our other friend went. There's one.
There was a fifth. I think I saw that before. We do not know where they went to, or why do they not here?
They seem to have slipped away. We're not sure.
He's been an odd character since we've met him, and yeah, I haven't seen him since we started talking to you.
Say he's odd,
Like-
but so is Tabby.
Hey,
They're
I'm
both
right here.
odd
I mean,
little
we could
characters.
talk about him.
He's-
We could talk about him because he's not here. But I'm right in front of you.
Is definitely not odd compared to how
Yeah,
Flynnick was.
Flynnick was eccentric.
Yeah, wasn't he
I-
like licking a jaw?
I watched him lick a dead person's jaw, and you're
Yes, and then-
comparing that
and then
to
wear
what?
wear
Hey
a jaw
man,
on
why
his head.
can't people have their own little kinks and not be judged for it?
No, you should conform.
Are you sure
So if I
Farnsworth
took
said
my
nothing
axe
else?
and I cut your leg off, could I just say it's a kink? Don't worry about it.
Cease that
No, because
speaking.
then you're inflicting personal harm on somebody.
Cease that
So,
speaking before me.
Was he? Sorry, sir. I've just been very aggravated.
Very
by
axe
his
horny, I could tell.
Tone lately. He thinks it's okay for these necromancy types. I know.
Yeah. Unacceptable. That type of magic.
So being a beta.
So he's the only
Alright.
only other one that knows. Father.
What else did Farnsworth tell you before he perspired or expired?
Well, like I said, just Belusion stole the Gem of Wisdom. That's what I remember. You guys?
Doesn't get much of a chance to say anything else.
Are
He
you
died.
sure he stole the Gem of Wisdom? For certain. He must not be. This must be certain or not.
The light from the tower that shone from where the gem was gone when we left this Hilgarth Academy.
Yes.
Yes, the gem of wisdom was missing when we left.
We didn't go personally go check if the gem was missing, but the light was no longer there. We were more focused
Perhaps
on
we
escaping
should have
alive.
stayed. I don't know. Sorry, Father.
No, what you did was
And-
correct. I'm glad you are here now, and I'm glad you made haste.
Yes, well, we knew you would know what to do.
He's please give me a few moments. I need to refer to some texts. He goes and grabs a few books off the tower and he's scouring through them. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to chit chat amongst yourselves if you want.
Did you either of you see where Flynnick went?
I have no idea.
I mean, I didn't see where Flynnick went.
Arun, where did Flynnick go?
I try not to
Yeah.
look at, Flynnick, because
You're
Flynnick's an
thinking
asshole.
I would pay attention to where the midget dwarf goes? Really?
Dwarf, are you even in this group? What are you saying?
What
What
was
did you
Yeah, I'm
do
pretty
with
sure he
Arun?
definitely wasn't a dwarf.
I
Was-
know he's not a dwarf.
Was he a dwarf? Am I just that blind?
Is our wait, guys, is
His
Arun
memory slowly fades
is,
from a moment.
guys, is Arun
Hey.
is Arun challenged?
Assholes! It's been 2 months. What the fuck was he? Get off my fucking case.
I mean, he is an elf. Their brains weren't
No, he
different than the
wasn't.
rest of us.
I'm enough. Yes, go fuck yourself, Craig.
Look,
Alright.
he even forgot what his
was he?
name was. Is he okay?
He's
No,
a
or
halfling,
something.
guys.
It's
He's a halfling.
Okay.
He was closer than him than any of us were.
I know. This is real suspicious. This doesn't bode well for you, Arun.
Think what you want, little man. Little beta
Little
who
man.
can't even
I
handle
tower
But
over
the
you.
alright, so
crowd.
wait,
Gotta
stop.
Push off your
Everybody
duties to your sister?
Stop. Nobody
Like, what
knows
type
where
of fucking
Flynnick went
alpha
right
are
now,
you?
right?
No, I don't
Nobody
know
knows.
what Flynnick wins.
Yeah, no, big negative for me, boss.
This is not good.
Not good. Or where's the last time somebody saw him?
He was next to us when Father came down from the mountain.
Where was he before that? Aaron, you were with him. Where was he?
Well, let's see here. You want to know the truth?
Yes.
I'm sure this is gonna make Alpha real happy. We slipped the guard and stole some of your ancestors' bones.
He said, "What?"
Ah, yeah, we went to the graveyard where you didn't want him to go. Maybe you shouldn't be such an asshole.
Arun, can you roll a
You'll
perception
just
check for
you'll
me
be
really quick?
A
reprimanded.
what?
Perception check for me really quick.
Perception check.
Yeah, so you could just tell that you're getting some eyes bored into the side of your head right now by the Duke.
I'm fine with that.
You will be reprimanded.
I will be reprimanded. I didn't
Yes.
do anything.
I would
I
be
just let
fine
him
with
there.
That
I
is
didn't touch anything.
by law. That is
By law, what? What's the law?
it is
Alpha.
illegal.
What's the law, Alpha? That I
Ste-
can't go to the cemetery and spend time there?
stealing. Yes.
I didn't steal anything though. I was just
Yes, but you
there.
aided and abetted.
I didn't aid anything.
You did.
I accompanied him, but I didn't touch anything.
His eyes are back
I
down to
didn't do
reading. It's like he shakes his head and just looks back down. It's like he mutters under his breath, "I have bigger fish to fry right now."
It's royal grounds. I wouldn't even be allowed to walk in there, let alone touch
Yes.
anything.
Only those who keep the crypt are allowed down there.
Maybe you should put some more guards on
family.
then. If it's so important.
God, you're
If you
insufferable.
didn't continue ostracizing both of us
You're
all the
insufferable.
time, maybe we could be more of a.
We, ha-
You
we
need to
have
turn your
we
lives
have
around.
enough.
Be.
We have enough going on right now. Arun, please. If you just
What?
have any
You
contact
want me
with,
to tell the truth?
if you have
and
any
get
contact,
ostracized by Alpha?
if you
I
talk,
tell
if
the
you
truth.
see anything where Flinick is, please let us
I
know.
tell
But
the
as the
truth and
Duke
I get
said,
I get mad.
ostracized.
as the Duke
know
said,
what?
we have
From now
bigger
on-
fish to worry about.
From
You
now
are
on,
not.
you all can go right down the hell to hell. You don't need the truth from me.
We have more. We have bigger needs
You're
at
right.
hands.
Philo, I
This
agree.
is not
We do have bigger things at hand.
the argument
But
that needs to happen right
I-
now. Please, obviously Flinick is missing and something is going on. So if you hear from him, please let us know.
Obviously.
But we need to move on from
We
that.
came back to meet with the Duke, just like you guys did. That's the last time I saw him. I do
Okay.
not keep track of
Okay.
my halfling. And if I'm going to tell the truth, I don't need to be ostracized about it.
Try to keep myself cool by reciting
A quick
It
prayer.
was all
Quick
it
prayer,
was
yeah,
all
I
it was
say.
all a weird time for us. We just experienced something people.
Tabby
never
is just
experienced in
open
their
and
lives.
slack-jawed, staring at you, Arun. He's like, "I
I have to
cannot,
take. I do have to take him. I have to pee.
I cannot believe you did that. Or you let
Well,
that
you
little
better
freak
start
do that.
believing it, little man, because it happened.
This is unbelievable.
Maybe if everyone in this group was more open with each other, it wouldn't have been so divided.
Yeah, I don't think any of
'Cause-
us are okay with stealing bones, though.
I didn't steal the bones personally.
Yeah, okay, you're right. But you're okay with
Mhm.
somebody stealing bones, obviously.
yes.
No, I'm
You're
okay with
wrong,
someone
Alan.
stealing Alpha's ancestors' bones, because he's a straight dick sometimes.
You
Oh boy. Now,
Oh,
okay,
oh,
Daniel, question.
ooh.
Do elves not have any sense of, like, royalty or...
I'm
Right or
Tact.
Shadar, I am Shadar Kai, not Elf. Get it right.
The fuck even
This-
is that? What's the difference?
It's a subrace of Elf that.
Okay, yeah, you're an elf, though. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
but
like...
they directly serve the Raven Queen, who once
so
ruled
so
the
no
underworld,
you
but
you
now
are
the
above
gods have
all.
suppressed her to
You are above
simply allow
all.
her to carry or harry spirits to the underworld.
So you are above all except the Raven Queen. Everyone
Yeah,
lies
elf,
below you.
elf friend, you better watch your tone.
Yeah.
I'll work
Alpha
on
is
it.
my kin. He is, and I could easily imprison you and turn you to bones.
You're right.
Respect our authority. Palor is love.
Palor
He
is
that
peace
love-
and love.
He that loveth not knoweth not Palor, for Palor is love.
Ramen.
Amen. Ow.
Hey, Andy sent me over here to take over his character.
This character's gone.
Yeah, we already killed
What?
him off.
What? Why couldn't he just like gone into hibernation or something?
So it's
Well,
not
he's the
D&D
evil
works.
person. He's the evil guy now in the campaign.
Yeah,
Oh. Ooh.
necromancer.
I mean, if you want to, we can discuss
No, I'm
joining in.
joking. He didn't say that. Why didn't he continue playing?
Why don't you go ask him?
Because he got bored.
Been getting salty lately.
Yeah, it's ever since he went to Guam, he came back a different person.
He's gonna get second place in that one fucking
Alright, I'm back,
TFT
I'm back,
match,
I'm
and
back.
he rage quit out of it because he wasn't gonna win it. I'm like, you still got second place. What the fuck? All right, well, I'll let you guys continue.
All right, wait.
User left your channel.
Hey guy, they're talking mad shit about you. They already killed your guy off.
All right.
Yeah, so
If he was in that channel, that would be happening.
what?
No.
What'd you say?
What you just said would be happening if Andy was in that
He
channel.
is, he would- No,
He's
he
in
went
the
to-
channel with Jake right now, so that's
Oh,
why.
is he?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, so cool. That's cool. That's cool. Totally cool. Totally legal.
Yes.
All right, so the Duke here, looks like he's finally done researching what he's researching. Now, I know you had mentioned some prophecy before. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Please.
Now, this is just the local translation that I have here. It may not be exact, but this is what we've gathered over the years of studying, because I have quite a collection of these ancient texts. When the seed of wisdom is but a swirl of embers, parts thrice of the key shattered shall be reforged by the bloodied one. Violence shall rule. So if what you say is correct about how the key was the gem of wisdom was stolen, well, we might have ourselves some dark times ahead of us.
See.
You remember the times of the past? I mean, nothing like this has happened in thousands of years, right? Like,
I mean, the worst that's ever happened was, I mean, like you said, trolls got extra horny one year and came down and tried to fuck our houses. We drove them away, but not before a few of the houses turned into Boston cream donuts. That's the worst that's happened here in 200 years.
gross.
Yeah, gross and terrible. He flips a page and he starts reading. The sixfold shield, the sixfold seal shall be shattered, ripping the light. And as he says light, you guys hear this. It started off as a faint noise, but it gets louder and louder. It's like, and it's very, very loud as it comes. It whizzes over the castle, and it sounds like it's settling down nearby.
Oh, is this a fucking airship?
Why don't you roll yourself a perception check or a wisdom check?
Wisdom, eh? I love wisdom. Oops.
You would guess that this would be what an airship would sound like if you saw one in person. You've never actually seen one before, though.
Okay.
He closes his book immediately, goes and slides it into his drawer, and says, "What the devil is that?" Says we
That being-
we shall continue this conversation later. He says.
Yes, Father.
Says, I hope I could trust the four of you to keep this between us. What has just been what has just been said in this room.
Of course.
Of course.
He's glaring at you, Arun.
We'll see.
No, I need something better than that.
I will keep my lips sealed. As long as
He's-
Beta Chadsworth doesn't start shit with me.
Fair. He goes and he unlocks the door and he says, "Meet me in the retaining hall. I will see what this is."
Craig, airships in this world, do we know like what they're generally used for?
You've only heard rumors of an airship. You've never actually seen one.
So
in real
none of
life.
us have?
Wow. So they must be. Well, I don't know.
They are like, think of like mega yachts. You know, like you've never you've heard of a mega yacht. You've heard of the idea of one. You haven't seen one.
Because I think of my family as maybe it's wrong. My family as extremely rich.
This has nothing to do with.
They're
money.
just okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Dwarven technology at its finest.
Probably are gnomish, right?
You know, no one's actually quite sure, because again, I don't think any of you are experts really in airships.
No.
Like even
No. there's no reason I would be if I-
Alpha, the son of a duke, has never seen an airship.
Well, they must be quite rare.
person.
And,
Yeah, it's making a hell of a noise still, even though it's come and landed. And there actually is a little window where you can peek outside if you guys wanted to. And you just see it's this really big golden. It was a blur that as it went past you and it landed in your courtyard, but it was this big gold and platinum, flying ship made of air. Well, not made of air, but ship in the air. And as you guys walk into the retaining hall, a guard actually comes through the front door really quick, and looks up at the Duke and says, "It's the High Justicar. It's the Royal Airship."
maybe we should head out.
I mean, the
looks
Duke
like-
is sitting up in his chair. He's just waiting. He calls his guards back in, and his advisor has come back as well.
Assuming we all actually know who the High Justicar is. or
You've
if
heard
we-
of the High Justicar. He is the #1 law enforcement. He's the right-hand man to the Emperor or the King.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
okay.
basically like he is the
He's basically the hand of the king.
yeah
law.
he's the enforcer of the king. What the king does, the High Justicar gets done. He's the will of the king, basically. So after a minute after that guard comes in, there is a loud knock on the front door, and then the doors are busted open wide as the High Justicar enters the receiving hall. He is this towering, 6'5" human. He's covered in this beautiful gold and platinum armor from head to toe. He has this big pluming feather off of the top of his helmet, and he is carrying, strapped across his back, the biggest sword probably any of you have ever seen.
I attack. No.
All right, yeah, he cuts you in half with that when you even start to think to move. No, and he is followed with 6 of the royal guards on each side behind him as he walks in. They all walk. They're all marching.
Are we still in
marching
the study?
unison. No, you're in the receiving hall.
Okay.
You're off to the side. Where
Yeah.
the seats are.
Yeah, definitely.
But he walks in. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Then they stop in the middle of the hall, and the High Justicar. You can't really see his face because he's covered in like this good full mask. The only thing you can really see out of it are his piercing green eyes. He unfurls this really fancy-looking scroll. He clears his throat, and he says, By order of High King Theoden Hilgarth, Protector of the Realm, Antoinette Chadsworth is hereby summoned to the royal court. She is to be escorted there by royal airship immediately. Failure to comply with this will be forfeit of your lands and titles.
Jesus.
So the Duke, he has this very stern look on his face, and he says, what is the meaning of this? Why? It is the will of the king. It is not yours to question his will. Bring me your daughter now, or I will find her myself. He leans on over to the Duke. Leans on over to Morty, and Morty scuttles on out.
Father, you're not gonna do this, are you?
He looks at you and he says, "Silence." He says, Do I have your promise she will be well cared for and no harm will befall upon her?" The Justicar just stares at him and very slowly nods. The longest probably minute of your life goes by. All you can really hear is the noise of the airship in the back, making the noise. Eventually, your sister is summoned by Morty, brought into the room, and she looks at your father, really, really confused. And your father just kind of gives a somber look and nods at her. She looks at you, and you can tell she's quite scared, but she's not going to say anything. And she walks over to the High Justicar, and he turns, and they walk out. And then the doors close behind them.
Father,
Giving you about a minute and a half before the airship takes off.
Father, what are we gonna? Should we go with her? What should we do?
You can see he's just like kind of slack-jawed, staring at the door, like. He's at a loss for words, and you've quite honestly never seen that in your father before.
I'm gonna go outside.
You rush out there. What do the rest of you boys do?
I'm gonna follow Alpha.
Arun?
All of them.
So as you go out, you have just enough time as you guys leave the door to see the airship door close up, and this thing takes off. It floats up, makes a hell of a noise, and then it just blasts off due west, up over the mountains.
Jesus. So that ain't right.
Your sister just got abducted.
I think she was into anything bad,
How did I
right?
just-
That doesn't.
I accidentally closed everything.
I feel like she's just taken as the
I'm gonna.
if he has a
I'm
son.
gonna. I'm gonna go back in and ask Father about what Antoinette has been up to these, last few years.
He's just like at a loss for words.
He
Like
still
right now.
is.
Yeah. I mean, you know your sister. She has not a bad bone in her body, you know? She's very, about the hearth and the home, and she's very well loved among the small folk.
Is this
Sounds like the perfect bride
You know
to
what?
me.
You know what this is? Yeah, this sounds almost like a
forced wedding.
not a forced wedding, but they not have leverage against my family.
think they want leverage against your family?
Yes, because if they know the gem is gone.
What, they think you guys took it? Are you trying, is
No.
that what you're trying to imply?
No. If they know the gem is gone and conflict is upon us, then they need to secure their power. Or
Isn't-
maybe something like that. I don't know.
Isn't Philo of royal descent from Hilgarth?
No.
No?
No, he's just a rich logger.
Okay.
We trade and
Um,
sell to all these capital towns, but no royal descent whatsoever.
But how would they even know that the Gem
Well,
of Wisdom is gone? We're the only ones
well,
that survived that we know of. No one could have made it further
You
than us
never-
at this point in time.
You never know.
Obviously,
mean,
we
You're
know
saying
headed west. They're
someone
headed
moved
to the
faster than us.
Obviously,
They're
no,
headed to the-
headed west.
yeah.
They're headed to the capital.
Right.
Like, I would,
so we're
like,
headed
I would
west.
definitely know that. I know the landscape. I know where I am.
Yeah, that's
traded to
fair.
these
That's fair to
towns many
say.
times.
You
Literally
guys have seen a world
impossible
map
for
before.
someone to have been able to get to the capital before us. There's no way the capital already knows.
And I've also
Unless-
been on many trade routes
never
between
know,
the
I
capital,
mean-
between Kintaro, between these. Is what I expect.
The king,
Not it.
you know, I'm sure the king has many people and things in which to find stuff out, you know, to gain knowledge, so why not? It's weird.
Well, why not send aid or communication rather than an immediate? There's got to be something else going on. That's not. There's
And
no
the
way
fo-
that's the reason.
he threatened forfeiture of. He threatened to take our lands away.
Your dad excuses himself, and he's gonna retreat to his keep, to his room.
I think your dad's holding something back from us.
He looks on it. Roll an insight check, Matt,
Matt?
and I guess Arun, you too. Yeah. Arun, you think he's being shady?
Huh?
Arun thinks you think he's being shady. Matt,
Like,
you
Matt should have advantage. It's his father's.
well,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm
right.
just Matt has a lower DC than Arun does. Matt, your father looks broken. Like you've only seen your father look like this one time in your life.
When the mother died.
Yes,
I get to
exactly.
die.
Yep.
Even I could read that one.
The 13 insight, of course you could.
I think you need to
I'm
go
gonna-
find out what's going on.
I'm gonna follow him, father, and then
Is there any
well,
way we can go
I'm gonna tell him to.
check
Here,
out
I'm
your
gonna
sister's room to see if there's like something she's hiding in there? Like
Yeah, maybe
this isn't adding up.
that's true. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah,
That's
your
a good
father
idea.
like shoos you away. He like you could tell he's not.
He doesn't. Okay, so
He's
yeah,
like
I'll go to
he's out of it right now.
Antoinette's room then. See if I can look for
Do
anything
you all go
that's-
there?
I'm gonna follow him, but I'm not gonna go into the room with him without him. I'll give him that much respect.
Are you coming to Philo?
I'm gonna try to barge into his dad's room. Where his dad is. Well, where his dad is right now.
There's 2 guards outside.
There's 2 guards.
Yeah.
I need to speak to him now.
The Duke does not want any visitors at this moment. And they do the cliche,
My
put the
name is Doug.
Guard the cross together.
the cross. Yeah.
God.
Well, all right. Yeah, I want to search in Antoinette's room first, and then
So he
If I
went to
can-
your father's room. We went to Antoinette's room.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
See if
just
I can
chilling
gl-
outside.
see if I can glean anything from.
Where do you look?
I look in her desk. I look under the bed. I look in her drawer.
Roll me an investigation check with advantage, because it's your sister's room.
Investigation. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Do you need the real investigation?
So this is what happens. You look under her bed,
Fine, porno.
and you find this strange object that looks like a very thick wand.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay.
You have that realization at the same exact time you did right now. Ah! You throw it across the room. Yeah, you don't find anything.
Eileen, what's wrong?
Can
Alpha?
can I now that I've been denied walk in behind him and see him do that?
Yeah, that's exactly what you walk in.
I
You
walk
see,
in
you
and-
see him hurl this wooden dildo across the
Because
room.
my character's female. Alpha, what are you doing with that?
It was under the bed.
That's
What do
what
you
I was doing.
Dude,
You got
this
some
is
hidden
that's
gems there,
not where you
Alpha?
look for. Oh my god.
It's you, she's hiding anything, you know?
I understand, but that is not your place to touch that.
This is desperate times call for
Oh
desperate
my
measures.
god, I understand. Okay, I will look around.
Would you?
Yeah, roll an investigation check, Philo.
Roll high, baby, roll high.
I haven't rolled.
There it is. Yeah, so you're checking around. You find nothing incriminating. So like this is obviously like a very vanilla, room. Like, this is obviously like just she's not in there's no like secret cult book or a bloody dagger with the red jewel in it. There's no, kilos of cocaine hidden anywhere. She's a pretty basic, like
Basic bitch.
yeah, firstborn of the Duke. That's a girl. She cares for the people. She's got a little diary that has nothing noteworthy in it. She sews on the side, so she's got a few dresses that she's been working on.
Okay.
Are you sure the king didn't just take her as a suitable mate for his son? Does the king even have a son?
I don't know. I will. I mean, I would know that. Probably.
The king does have a son.
Is he? How old is he?
He's unwed, but he's in his early 20s. You know that he hasn't been actively looking for a suitor because his dad is still not old.
I gotcha. All right, I'm gonna head out and go to my father's room.
As you head out of Antoinette's room, you see what's your younger brother's name again?
Archibald.
You see Archibald, hanging around a corner, kind of like dropping eaves on you, or looking at you, peeping at you.
Hey, Archie.
Hey, Alpha. What happened? Did they take? Is that what I heard? Right? They took
Yes.
Antoinette.
Antoinette has been taken for I don't know why. Do you have any? Has she been up to any shady business lately?
He looks around. He's like, "Well, you're gonna go get her back."
That's what my plan was. Yeah.
Well,
I'm on my
what
way
is
to-
your plan, though?
I'm on my way to tell father now.
Hey
He's like,
kid, if
so
you
you-
know anything that could help us just a little bit, you should really share it with us.
yeah, maybe I'll share it with my brother, but not you.
That's
Creep.
fine.
That's right.
What's Alpha's sister's name again? One more time. Sorry.
Antoinette.
You're just like writing it down. Found Antoinette's dildo under the bed.
I get a little too excited when I say this. But I go, Alpha, I'm with you. I will go find her with you. I will save your sister with you.
God, you've got such
Oh
a
my
crush on her.
god,
Jesus
that's
Christ,
right. I forgot
weirdo.
about that. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're really up to it.
Archie looks left, he looks right, and he's like, why don't you come with me real quick? Gotta show you something. Maybe tell you something.
Okay. I'll go back to Antoinette's room.
How
and
old
I'll-
is Matt's little brother, Sino?
Like-
Is he very young?
He's like fucking 13 or something.
13?
Like
I was thinking 14.
that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So you guys are in Antoinette's room, and he's
I
like,
closed the door,
he's like,
but nobody can fucking hear us.
So I've been snooping around in Dad's private study again.
Yeah. And
So I think I found. He's real weird about this. He's like, I think I found think I found a way to get into the capital that nobody knows about or remembers.
Is that right? And how would we do that? Sewers, something, I don't know.
He takes out a piece of paper. He had it looks like a hand copied out of a book. Like he was reading a book and copied the page out of it directly out of there.
Mhm.
He hands it to you. On the piece of paper, you see it's a picture. The picture is now you have been to the capital before. It's basically this big, beautiful castle on a hill surrounded by a moat, like a pretty thick moat of water. And then there is like a forest on one side of the capital, and then it's all like fields on the other side. And it's not a super big forest; it's pretty small. But this picture is you see the castle with the moat and the forest on the right hand side. There's a big old moon in the sky, and you see this owl on the tree. And there's this weird script written underneath of it. And your brother's like, I'm pretty sure. I've been in there a lot. I'm pretty sure you have to grab the owl, and it'll open up a secret passage into the castle. I'm like 90% sure that's how this happens.
So, okay.
Maybe we should have
This
Abby take a look at this.
yeah, is this
Probably be better
this
than a
owl's
13,
in the
14-year-old.
Is it in the is this the entrance in the forest?
He looks at you and he's like, there are no owls in that forest.
Okay.
Why is there a picture of an owl in that forest? Right?
Okay.
Gotta be a secret way in. I mean, this is the word. He points at a word for. This is the word for secret. I'm pretty sure.
We're not in this conversation, right?
You're not. No, it's just
Okay.
it's just the two brothers. He's like, pretty sure this is what you gotta do.
Okay.
Go save our sister. I'd
I
be
will.
there, but you know, I'm little, not big like you, big bro.
That's all right. You'll be there someday, and they give him a noogie.
Archibald's the big bad.
Shut
He's
up!
like-
Stop ruining all my plans.
he's like Voldemort.
He's Tom Riddle.
Okay. Thanks, little bro.
Anytime.
God, that was
free-
the most awkward conversation.
See, I'll see you soon. That wasn't awkward at
How
all.
long
It's
you guys
hella
been brothers
awkward.
for? Because it's really weird.
Give him a
This
nice big. I give him a big hug.
Yeah, he hugs you back.
Take the little picture
Give him a sack tap.
and let me. Hey, you want to see where the horse bit my shoulder?
And he scampers away.
One second. Okay.
Craig, I'm gonna fast travel to the city of O.
This isn't Skyrim.
All right, you actually get ambushed 10 minutes outside of Kantara.
All right, so I'll put it. What do I? Let me write it down on my equipment. Picture. Fuck. What do I name this?
Picture fuck. Equipment right there.
Picture of.
Daniel, what's your class again? You're a
Monk?
monk.
I'll just write picture of capital. Whatever. Fuck it.
So we have two humans and an elf, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, you're a human what again? Sorry.
Barbarian. Yeah.
Barbarian, yeah. Berserker barbarian, what do you want to call it?
Alright, cool. Sorry, I'm telling my one buddies, and we might have a fourth, so.
Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah, I'll put that in my inventory. My bag.
Had an axe in my hand all my life. I'm just learning a different way to use it.
I'll go to my father's room. I'll go in there.
Well, the guards say no.
Excuse me?
Your dad said no. He is weeping. But
Let me in.
Okay.
I am his son.
They
I
straighten
need
it
to
up.
console my father.
Are you? So what is? Okay. So when you're walking into that room, what is Philo, Arun, and Tavi doing?
We're going back down to the private study.
Definitely not going with him at that time. 100%.
Yeah.
Another awkward conversation.
That's
to let the
that's
fucking-
that's like the conversation. Of, what are you gonna do? Kill me when I walk forward? So I'm going to.
I'm going back to the study, the private study.
Well, you would, but it's
I'm not.
locked.
I'm walking out into town. I'm going to leave and head to the inn, the bar that I was at before, whatever it is, to see if I overhear any types of conversations.
all right. You're gonna take a couple minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Arun, are you going with him, or are you trying to break into the?
I'm not
I
gonna break in.
ask him to come with me. I'm gonna Arun, please.
Tavi's gonna follow.
We
along.
we can't
Can
be
I
here when he does this.
can I come too?
Let's fucking hit the bar.
Can I come too? I've never had a drink
Tavi.
before.
Bobby,
Yes,
you
you know-
are not
Tavi,
of age.
You
Been
need
a
one.
long day.
What do you mean
Tavi,
of
you need
age?
one.
There is no age here. Anyone can drink anytime they want as long as they got a coin, you know? This isn't America.
Where do you have coin hidden, huh? After all this long journey.
Arun.
Hey, listen, a,
Alright.
a boy knows how to pull a trick for a coin,
Listen,
alright?
listen. It's on me. It's on me.
Thank you, Philo. You are so kind.
Cool.
Arun,
you
yours.
two
Arun, yours.
Sticks,
too.
sticks his tongue at it. Arun.
enjoy your bedtime together.
Arun, it's on me.
No.
Arun's not coming.
Wow. Arun, damn, you're cold, motherfucker.
I'm very cold.
Okay, Matt. Yeah, you walk
Wait,
in.
what are
your
you doing, Arun? Then are you just standing there?
Sitting down in the seats. We were sitting down
Okay,
when the adjusticator came in. Chilling.
I'm
Justicator,
leaving during
justicator.
that.
All right.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna. Is he bawling?
No, he's just like 1,000 yards staring out out the window towards the west.
Father, what does this mean? Is she a hostage now? Like I'm not. I don't know.
I'm worried for her, son. Hostage? I don't think they're gonna try and ransom anything from us. No.
Or is it more for leverage? Would you say?
It's tough to know.
Okay.
But
Well, either way,
I do not know why. I do not know.
either way, I'm heading to the capital.
He looks at you then. It's the first time he looks away and looks at you and he's like, don't do anything rash. Don't get put in the dungeon.
I won't.
He
I
stands
have
up.
I have the Chadsworth name by my side.
He walks over to his wardrobe, opens it up, grabs this relatively plain-looking cloak out of there. It's really, it is. You can tell it's of high quality, but it's pretty well worn. He hands it to you and he says, "This was my cloak from when I was about your age. I too had to go out on an adventure. I wish you
Thank
to
you,
wear
Father.
this instead of the one with our family insignia on it. It shall bring you safety on the road, for it has always brought me safety."
Thank you, Father. I'll give him a big hug.
He hugs you back and he says, "I hope to see you again soon."
You will. You will. And I'll leave. And I walk away.
That's good. That's good right there. All right. Good stuff. All right, now let's go to. Arun, are you doing anything? You just chilling, or?
I'm just
What you doing?
chilling, waiting for Alpha to come out.
Yeah, I mean, did you try to break into that room at all, or were you just like you went up to the door, you saw it was locked, and
I'm just gonna avoid committing more crimes. All right.
that's probably a good idea here. They are looking at you.
Exactly.
Never trust an elf.
I'm a cold-hearted bastard, and I ain't stupid.
You're not an idiot, cold-hearted bastard, right?
That's right.
Cool. All right. So it's Tavi and Philo. What you doing?
We went to the inn, or what is it? The inn? I don't know.
Inn,
Just the
pub.
bar we're at.
Or in the
Pub.
energy to
We
say
went to
in
the
this
pub,
time era.
and this is going to be the first time I've tasted ale before.
No, it's
My father let me taste it.
You have to drive. You have to take,
This-
try a cant. Remember?
This is the first time I've really drank
Oh,
in my entire life. And I've been ordering Tabi. We're both. How long is it? It hasn't been that long. We're both about to finish our first round, and I ordered a second. Halfway through our second. First time drinking our entire life.
You know, I'll tell you
My
what.
entire life.
This-
I don't know about what.
Tavi has never drank before either.
Okay.
He ordered a cant and you ordered an ale, or
Ale.
yeah, because the cant is like the wine that's hella popular around here.
Oh no! Then we definitely do the can. We definitely do the can.
Yeah, because that's like made in the backyard.
Yeah, 100%
like-
do the can.
Holy shit, this shit is fucking good, man. I can see why people drink. You know, I just gotta say, Philo, thank you so much for sticking up with me all the time. You're just such a good person.
I had to. I didn't see any reason. You were just scared like we were.
Yeah, man, I just,
We
you
got
know, I
out of there, Tommy. We got
shit
out of
was
there.
going on, and I just thought I was gonna die in that bush. And you guys came along and saved me. Oh, God, I am so lucky right now. I mean, I'm really unlucky because of the academy, but
We're lucky too, Tommy.
woo,
You've
but
helped us. You're the man, Tommy.
I'm gonna keep helping you guys. I like you guys. Man, I feel bad for Alpha though. His sister taken by the fucking Judicar.
Me too. It's so much going on in his life. I can't imagine. But we're gonna get this. We're gonna.
We're gonna do it all. Yeah, we'll help him. We're unbeatable together.
That's right.
We're unbeatable together.
That's right. Unbeatable. Loud. Do we hear any conversations? I mean, we're both drunk.
Yeah, you're drunk. You don't notice anything around you.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
But
I like it.
Yeah, I was about to say you're drunk.
yeah, you guys are drunk. I mean, this wine's got some good alcohol percentage in it.
And you're in your second already, so
Yeah. I mean, there is an obvious hubbub in the pub because they saw a fucking airship. Like that's all you can hear anyone talking about.
And
It's
all.
like,
This is the first time anyone.
anyone in this whole
ever
town has ever
ever
seen one.
it.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. That's all they could talk about. They're like, did you see how big it was? It was so shiny. I wonder what it was here for. Someone's like, it must have been carrying a dragon. The only way it could fly. Dragon power, I say. People are going all sorts of crazy about it. There are all sorts of rumors. You guys just getting drunk?
I'm drunk at this point, and I definitely 100% first time drunk. You know, and I stand up and say, "Round on me."
oh,
How much does that cost? I'm gonna do it. 100%.
You say what? Round on you? Oh boy.
Round.
There's about 17 odd people in there. How much? Oh boy, do you have enough on you?
I have over 70 gold.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I forget. Yeah, sure. Because
What the fuck?
you have so
Glad you
much money.
started out rich.
I have
That's 10 gold.
151.
Yeah, man has way more than I do.
Why the fuck? Alright.
We doing gold standard
Will
or
you
copper
roll
standard?
I thought I have like 125 silver pieces.
Yeah,
What?
so do I.
No, we started with gold.
Well, he has no
10
need for
gold.
such personal quibbles.
Weird. Almost every character says
know?
they start with like at least 10 gold. That's weird.
Well, the only person he serves is the Raven Queen. He doesn't need gold.
Isn't it gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a few gold, I think. Yeah. But yeah.
How much am I taking away?
Fuck, man. I don't know. Let's just say 1 gold because I
Alright,
really
fine.
have. Here's the thing.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Don't.
I'm not
worry
an
about it.
economicist.
Just
Money
fucking
means nothing in
say
these
what-
worlds.
It's fine. That's what I mean. It's fine. Just say it.
Yeah. It's 1 gold for a round, sure.
Usually it's like 5
Including tip.
silver or something for a thing. Like fucking.
Yeah, including the tip. There you go. You're in a ritzy place, You know, they made
Matt fucking handed 4 gold to a random person last time we played.
Wait, did I?
Yeah, I remember I was listening to the thing. I remember because you said it, and I fucking stopped the thing, and I made you fucking hand it out because you said the words.
Yeah, well,
I was like, nope, you said it. Detect it right now.
I'm recording this one too, so don't worry.
well, listen. All about that charity business.
All right, but yeah, that's all that's happening right now.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the inn too, the pub.
Oh yeah, you see.
I mean,
a very
Arun definitely knows we went there. We told him and asked him to come.
yeah. So Arun, are you going with Alfred now? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Waiting for Alpha. I said that already.
All right, are you
Jesus.
guys going
Is
together?
no one paying attention?
Yeah.
What do you guys talk about on the way there?
Looks like we're going to the capital.
What's the plan, big man?
Going to the capital. You ever been there?
Nope. I've never left the temple. Until the academy, at least.
It's wild. It's full
This
of.
is gonna be a smart plan. I
It's-
feel like we're gonna get in a shit ton of trouble.
It's hedonistic. It's full of
What
debauchery.
happens when they decide not to give your sister back?
Well,
I hate to be the
I-
bearer of bad news, but what happens?
no, I fully expect to not get my sister back. Believe me.
So what do we do then? Are we gonna start a war? Are we gonna
Hey.
just walk away?
And might be what it takes. Or we could maybe
Should I
many
should I
more.
call my
Big
peeps?
more.
Should I call my peeps up?
maybe you should. But it hasn't gotten to that point yet. We'll see. See what time tells. And
I smell a fishy plot. That's all I'm
I
saying.
must pray to Paylor.
Taylor ain't gonna help you now.
Paylor guides me.
Paylor, guide
he
me.
will know what to do.
Your own 2 feet guide you, my friend.
For with Paylor nothing shall be impossible. As I quote from the text.
Yeah. Keep that faith strong. You're gonna need it.
You have your own faith, don't you? You believe in the Raven Queen.
Not a faith, my friend.
Raven Queen's a
Not
person.
faith. She is a real person. Is
Wait, a living, breathing person that exists on this plane?
Yep, she's the actual ruler of the
The-
forest.
Oh,
Of
but,
a
but
diet.
is she a
Gwyn
god
Tara.
though? Is she an
Yes.
actual god?
she is a god though. She
Not
became
in
a god.
not in well,
So what happened? The
Hmm.
actual backstory of the Raven Queen
right.
was that she was the queen of a god, and he got killed by the other gods because he was trying to turn the power of the underworld to his and overthrow the rest of all the other gods. So the gods killed him, and the Raven Queen took his place, but they limited her power to only ferrying souls to the underworld. She doesn't actually rule over the underworld.
So it's
So,
actually a little
Yeah.
different.
that is the Raven Queen.
a little
If it's
different.
if it's different in this story, that's
Yes.
fine. I'm just saying that's
So-
the actual
Wait,
backstory.
What did I
Here's-
just miss? I just came back to blood for the blood god, skull for the skull.
Oh,
for-
you were gone? Oh, we
yeah, I
talked
said
about
2
mad
minutes.
shit.
I said
Oh
2
my
minutes
God.
might be.
I'm sorry. We know we were talking. Me and Arun were on the way. We were talking about what we're gonna do at the Capitol.
If they don't give the
You know,
daughter back.
We were
Antoinette
talking about
back.
war, like, oh, will they?
And I'm
lead
hype.
war?
I'm
like,
just like
if
feeling
it must
fired.
be. Yeah, exactly.
Against the cap. Oh no, I'm not in this.
No, you're
but
not.
then
so
we were talking about the
Arun,
Raven Queen, whether she's
the Raven
an actual-
Queen, she rules under Quintara Forest. In Quintara Forest, yeah, she's practically a god. In her domain,
Yes.
she has spies and everything. Little spiders all over the place, but she is a god in her domain. She's got a really good layer bonus.
Really?
Perhaps that's something we have in common. Then, Arun, we
Perhaps
both believe in
something.
something.
Mine's more physical. Yours is more manifestive property of your own demented mind. But hey, who am I to judge? I help someone steal bones.
Well, I give him a pat on the back and go and chuckle.
Someone steal bones. Oh, okay.
It was fucked up, by the way.
Yeah. You know what? I agree. It was. But,
You're totally right, but what are you
Well, as
gonna do
long
against Flinick? He's a crazy person.
As long as you. admit
everyone was
that,
being
at
dicks to
least.
each other, and he was a small man. I mean, I kind of felt bad for him, so I kind of sided with him. And things did what things did. Now he's gone. Hindsight's 2020. Yada yada.
Ah,
we'll
tell him
get
you're
it.
gonna take a
Mhm.
shit in the elven graveyard.
Do it. I'll break your fucking neck, squabbling little human.
I bust open the fucking doors of the pub and I tell everybody, round on me.
That's a gold out of your story.
All right, I'll scratch a gold off.
I thought Felix stands up and goes, "Whoa, Alpha!" Just drunk.
Ah,
She's
see,
fucking
guys.
drunk. right
Oh,
now.
they're
So is
drunk.
Tabby.
You guys been having fun, huh?
Weren't you guys supposed to like reconnaissance information?
We are
We got
getting information.
So much
Information from each other.
so
God.
much information.
Holy shit.
So, what do you guys? How do you guys feel about going to the Capitol? I say this to Philo and Tavi.
Let's fucking
When was
get
that
it.
not the plan? We gotta save her.
Well, I'm glad everyone's on board. What time is it? Was it late?
It's been a day. It's late afternoon.
All right, might as well leave in the morning, right?
Oh, 100%.
I definitely need these two to sober up before I can start on the road with that. So yes.
Can't wait to get to the Capitol so Ryan can finger blast my sister.
Aaron,
Oh.
come have a seat.
Those are words I never
need to
thought I would
talk.
hear, but
I
I'm
know.
so glad I did hear them.
It's
And you're-
amazing. You
you-
should have
It's
worded
fucked
it
up.
like that.
I
You should have
love
worded
it.
it in like character or something, maybe.
No.
Can't wait you to the Capitol so I can finger blast my sister.
I disapprove of that, by the way, because I look at it very practically. Like she's an asset to the family.
She
And
is.
she can't have any lesbian fucking.
Do you really notice?
What do
at
you
this
mean?
point? Do you,
No, I
Do you
noticed.
know
I
that's
noticed,
under?
right?
Do you know that? Do you really know?
The way
I
you
was there.
reacted
I was-
in
yeah,
the
I was there.
castle
I
is
think I
pretty
think
obvious.
I don't know. Did I pick it up? Like that's.
Come
Let
on,
Craig
Mr.
decide
GM.
that.
Did you pick it up?
Did I pick it up when they were talking? Because they were talking well with the crowd.
Craig,
right?
I'm not gonna make you rule.
Nope,
Not
I
gonna
won't,
ask
so
to-
it
no,
doesn't matter.
I know you won't. I know you won't. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that's gonna happen. But it's. I like the story idea and story behind it. To
Yeah.
All right, round up. We drink until the night.
I don't
As,
think I drink too much more.
As Philo continues to
you
finish
two
her
are
drink,
just
I keep
starting. I probably have like
keep
two more and
pouring
then
my
start
drink into
throwing up
hers
all
so it
over the
never
place.
ends.
Yeah, so if we're just doing a bar scene, unless Craig, you have anything to add, I definitely. I'm gonna say Chadsworth probably brought 2 rounds. He's Chadsworth. He's thinking, after the.
Oh
second
yeah,
round,
no,
I
his
I
one
turn
round buys
around-
2 rounds for everybody.
I turn around and I fucking throw up on the table behind.
Well, no, roll a Constitution check.
Yeah,
That's what these
right.
exist for.
True.
Hey.
No, you don't throw up. You hold this one down.
What about the next one?
Now the question is, are you like sipping these or are you like chugging these?
Oh, they're delicious.
It tastes so good. He's
They're so
probably just-
delicious. Yes,
probably drinking
she
them.
knows no concept of.
And if my character's
Pacing.
drunk right now, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this one thing I need
'Cause I-
to do.
'cause I
I
don't
need to
like-
do it. I'm gonna
don't
say,
like-
I'm gonna say, I move to a table behind us, say, Arun, let's go, and I put my arm down in the arm wrestling stance.
Now, that just seems dumb.
It's a bar. What do you mean? What are we gonna
Part
do?
of your
Fight in a
character.
bar? You're gonna do? I'm like, come here, Arun, you shit talking mother.
You're right.
shit
I am a
talking
shit-talking
elf.
motherfucker. But you know, I don't rely on strength to fight. I'm not the strongest. So why would I match you in a?
Pussy.
Strength.
Pussy. Pussy.
I
Awesome,
slammed
awesome.
his head into the table.
Well, whoa. You mean you approach it and then you both roll dice to see who slams whose hand into the table? Strength
no,
check,
no.
each of you.
You said wait.
No,
He said head.
I said
He said head. The guy who was yelling that.
Tabby's head gets slammed into the table.
Wait, Tabby said
Wait,
that?
Yeah,
before-
Tabby said that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
This is
Yeah, you
damn
just
it,
do
I shouldn't
that.
have I shouldn't have started this.
So you
I say,
guys,
wait, agility? Then I say, 1, 2, 3,
Guys,
4.
that's kind of meta right
I
there. You
declare
guys
a
are-
thumb war.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna do a dexterity check his thumb war. We're metagaming right now a little bit, Aaron.
Yeah. just a little
100%.
bit.
But let's just say, in this world, instead of arm wrestling being strength, thumb wars are dexterity.
No, I love that. That's such a good idea.
And I will dexterity check for this thumb war.
Cool. Well, you get a negative check because you're fucking drunk.
Oh
That's fine.
shit! That's right.
Ugh.
Disadvantage, you mean?
That's-
That's what I meant.
Yep, disadvantage. Do both dexterity checks. Just standard dexterity rolls, not saving throws. Not saving throws.
Not sa-
Oh, not
My
saving throw-
disadvantage
Oh, he
still
did
be
save.
you.
Yeah, okay.
Not a saving throw.
not a saving throw.
Ryan, roll your dexterity check.
Fucking god, where is that? Oh.
Just click on your dexterity.
Yep. Okay. Didn't
Yeah, that checks.
Oh yeah, no, that's no
It
good.
ends. It ends in an instant.
Yeah, it's so quick.
okay.
Fucked up. She's fucked up.
She is completely fucked up.
I just stand up, get right in his face, and go. Obviously, I need another one.
Oh boy.
Philo, maybe you should take it easy, huh?
Alpha, why?
You know
Why?
what? Fuck it. You're right. Go for it.
Yeah. This one's on Alpha again. And I grab another one.
I'll pay. I guess.
This is like disadvantage for 3 days.
Yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of a hangover.
Wicked, yeah, wicked hangover in the morning. You're gonna be garbage in the morning.
To open my character up to the world, alright?
Alright. Cool, so we're gonna end it are we ending it here or before we go make things in the morning? You guys wanna keep
Say
fucking
we
around?
went passed out, or
Oh yeah, you guys passed. I mean, you have a room.
I don't get too drunk.
I
Get a little-
don't
I
drink
get
at all,
buzzed. I get like
so-
buzzed.
but we all have rooms in the palace, right?
Yeah, you guys
course.
have a place to stay.
We're just dragging Philo's ass out of the bar because she's.
We're getting
passed
up
out
early
drunk.
tomorrow. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Good night's sleep.
I'm already ready to go.
Yeah.
You're
okay.
ready to go do more than just sleep.
I lead everybody back, I guess.
It's a Congo line back.
And take it from there next time, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd the
Is the-
short evil fucker go?
Yeah, let's talk about
No,
that.
next
Where
time.
the fuck?
Should we? Oh wait, should we do a?
Yeah,
should
in
we
character
recount a little
drunk
bit
right
and
now.
Do a drunk conversation
Yeah,
in the
fuck
bar
yeah.
about the little fucker.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, where'd the evil fucker go?
Yeah, Ruin.
What?
Any idea?
Nope, not a clue.
It's fucking licking
Huh.
skull. You said he went to the basement and got skulls.
No,
Who
I
did
never
he-
said basement. If you weren't drunk, you'd recount that properly.
Yeah, crypt, basement. What's the
Huge difference. People can live in basements.
It's just
It's
people
such a
buried.
shame.
It's
Stuff
just
down
people
there.
buried in a basement.
It's such a shame. I wanted to change him, you know. I feel like a
Change it
failure.
for the better. You are a failure, Alpha. I mean,
You
let's,
you make me feel real good.
you couldn't even stand up to the crowd and take care of you. Even your sister had to do that. It's just, yeah.
Well,
Name like Alpha, I'd expect more.
It's
Hey,
true, Alpha.
re-
You need to make a man of yourself. You're just following in your father's shadow. His shadow.
I will make a name. You'll see. I need to travel.
Is that what's gonna fix you?
Yes.
Well, good thing we're going to the capital tomorrow, than not.
Tobby, do you know any type of Tobby? Listen. I'm protecting this all. What? Do you know any type of magic or anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a
We
magic
have to
trick.
go to the capital.
I got magic
Show
for
me
you.
a magic trick.
All right. Hold on a sec.
He sits down. He has half of a cant left. He's like, ready for this? And he just throws the wine over his shoulder. And he says, "It's disappeared."
I start clapping my.
And somebody in the back is like,
Hey, what the fuck was that? Who the fuck is throwing this shit?
"Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
How about I'll buy a drink for you?
He'll buy a drink for me, for you.
Hail Palor.
Bale
I
Pale.
scream, I scream. Hail Palor. Hail Palor.
Alright, now we all pass. Going fast. That made me feel better.